Okie dokie, everybody. It is time for contest selection review. One more time. I am your buddy Choppadong. Of course, I hail from dfsarmy.com, and I would love it if you decided to become a member by clicking the link in the comments section and becoming a VIP using coupon code CHOP, CHOP, or opening day for 20% off your normally scheduled pricing. Whatever the heck it is I'm trying to say, what I really want to do is say the opening day is on the way, and we need to go through and we need to look at the MLB contests among the two sites between Fanduel and Draftkings, and we need to pick our poison. We need to see who's structured the best, because I found a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to be targeting, and it ain't here. You know me, I like small dollar contests, whatever. That's my thing. I'd rather teach people than sit there and play a ton myself, but I do like experimenting, and I do like running multi-entry stuff in the quarters contests because I believe they're just as safe as cash games, and I can invest 30 and 35 bucks a slate in some cases and always get something back and have upside to win much more than if I put $35 on head-to-heads or 50-50s or 10-man leagues or 20-man leagues or any of that. I got upside to do a lot better than that. So that's where I stick most of my money right now, instead of the traditional stuff where everybody else plays. I also find there's a lot more rookies in these contests. I will play 3-max stuff and everything else. But you know the parameters. If you followed me at all, you know the parameters I'm looking for. I want to be able to put more than 1% of the total lineups in the pool. I can't do that. 3 entries out of 7,000 people. That ain't 1%. That means I got no more advantage over anybody else. I got no skill advantage over this group. It's hard to beat 7,000 people. And I can't do it without a buttload of lineups going in there. So this would be a contest for rookies and beginners. Go for it, man. Have a ball. I don't have an edge there. So you won't be seeing me investing my money there. Small bunt, single entry. That one's kind of sexy, actually. It's a $25 first prize. And it pays 69 people, which gets you down, into the 20-25% range. Pretty good, actually. I like it. I like the 100-man leagues. I might do those. One of the things that I might do is I might jump into the 100-man leagues, and I might do their three max leagues now. Those 100-man leagues are my favorite. Won like 15 or 20 of them before MLB All-Star break last year, before I started cutting back on my play. And to be quite honest with you, those things are a gold mine too. They really are. They help you build bankrolls really well. You can beat 100 people, and to get 25x out of 100 people for a 1% lineup is great. And instead of a 1% shot with them being single entries, you get a 3% shot. So that gives you triple the advantage over all of the other people just putting in 1 entry here and 1 entry there. And there's a bunch of them doing it. You got to max out your edge. You got to find your edges, and you got to take advantage. One of the other ways that we can look at these quarter contests, 95,000 people, you ain't beating that. Especially if your max is 150. You just don't get enough lineups to get a shot at it. It's a big old lottery ticket. You want to turn a quarter into $1,000, be my guest. But when I look at it, I'm looking at 958th place. And I come into 958th place, and it's 3x. That's retarded. I can win a 100-man league with a 1% lineup and get 25 bucks back on the dollar. Instead, I get 3 quarters back on the quarter? Man, go to hell. This tournament sucks. Way too top heavy for what everybody cashing is going to be cluttered up in here, and you're all going to be thrilled to min cash or 2x, 3x, and you're going to be excited about it. You built a hell of a lineup if you just get $1 out of this thing. It should have been in other contests. FanDuel is kind of taking advantage of this gimmick right here. Turn a quarter into $1,000, and they're fleecing morons is what they're doing. And they don't offer any smaller contests. Yeah, satellite tickets, big whoop. If I want to play quarters, throw me something with smaller number of entries and a flatter pay structure, please. And if I want to do, that's why I'll be in the $1 ones. I'll go throw 20 bucks, 30 bucks into the dollar 100-mans, and I'll just max those out. I'll treat them just like cash. 20 different lineups, $20. I've got a 12% chance at hitting the cash in any of them. I'm going to win a couple of them, and I'm going to get 25 bucks back on the dollar. I would rather get 25x than 3x all day long and twice on Sunday. So to me, I'm sorry, but these contests suck. FanDuel needs to revamp their system. So we'll close them right on out. We'll go into the contest lobby in Draftkings, and let's show FanDuel, in case they watch this video, where some of the comparison is and why their contests blow right now. You go into the MLB structure, you go into the early games. First of all, Draftkings has already split it into 2 slates. They're not forcing you to play 14 damn games. You can play these games and get a little bit contrarian with some of your picks and have a much better advantage over anybody else in the tournament game using game theory. DraftKings, that automatically makes DraftKings a little bit better. Number two, you come down here to the little quarter contest so we can compare apples to apples, and their biggest contest is 9,500 people, not 95,000 people. You can beat that, but if we do some quick math, 150 divided by 9,500, is 1.5%. At least I get a chunk. At least I get a chunk of the player pool. And 95th place is the 1% lineup, and that's 250. That's a full 10x. Would you rather get 3x on Fanduel or 10x on Draftkings? I'm telling you where you're going to get paid more. Yeah. You only get $100 for first place. Believe me, you won't go crying back, to the piggy bank if you get to stuff a $100 bill in there for a quarter. They limit you actually to 20 lineups. I just did some bad math for you. Look, I'm not a rocket scientist either. So basically, it's a rookie contest again. You're down to 0.2%, 0.02%. So, okay, so you only get 20 max in there, but you do get a top 1% lineup. You get paid a whole lot better, and that's a big, big bonus. So if I scroll down a little bit further, still got quarter. Look at these bad boys. Watch this: 237 people, 7 entry max. A full 3%. I got a 3%, of the total lineups being put into that contest. 3% of them I control. It's way better than controlling 1%, and it's way better than controlling 0.002%. So I'm going to take the advantage of these, and I might fill all of these. And these are the Sharky contests. The others are no advantage to the skilled player because everybody has roughly the same percentage of lineups. In this one, somebody putting in one lineup, I have 7 times the likelihood of beating him in this contest, but really and truly I have an exponential advantage over him because I own 3% of the player pool as opposed to him only controlling maybe 1 in 237. So what, half of a percent? That's the biggest edge you have right now in these games. And when I look through here at 232nd place, $6 on a quarter. That's 12x. No, that's 24x. That's 24x. That's as good as the 100-man leagues. That's exactly what they should look like. 50th place out of 237. Top 21% pay. That's fair. $10 to first place, 6 to second. Get a top 1% lineup across these contests, and you're going to make some bank. You're going to grow your bankroll much faster in these contests than you will in the crap over on FanDuel. Go to the main slate. You want to look down a little bit further. You go to the main slate, you scroll down, and you've got a whole litany of these contests. There's a little bit bigger one if you'd rather see that. 475 people, you get to put 14 entries in that one. 14 out of 475, same 3%. They all cap out at about 2.93%. 100 people out of the 475 is roughly 20%, a little more than 20%. And then if I place fifth, 4.7, fifth, I get 3x, or 3, which is 12x. That's fair. It's better than 3x. These are the contests the skilled players need to be in, and you need to be maxing them out. If you scroll down a little bit further, you can find a whole bunch of other options. Stay out of these winner-take-alls and all that kind of stuff. But you come down here, there are some real juicy ones down here too. Instead of the 29,000 person tournament, take a look at this multi-entry 3,500 person tournament instead. 150x to first place, 35th, 36th place on the dollar gets 8x, 20 into 3,500 is what, half of a percent? So that's a little bit of a share. It's not great. I'd like to see this allow 50 lineups or so. So you can look for one a little bit smaller than that. On your dollar, you need to see less than 3,000 people or so. So you can come down here to single daily dollar, nothing. Maybe we dip down into the $2 range. Scroll down here a little bit further. And we see 1,700, that's a double up. The flare. What's the flare? 1,700 for $2. 150x to first, 20 entries, so 20 out of 1,700. Actually 1,783, pardon me. Who's counting? 1%, so that's a number that we like. That gives us a little bit of an advantage over those that are only putting in 1 or 2 lineups. And I come down here to 17th, 18th place, and I get 15x, 7x, 7.5x, 8x, almost. So again, relatively fair. comparatively. These are the types of contests you need to be breaking down. This is the math you need to be doing, that you need to be taking advantage of and using the advantage and the skill advantage that you have to put yourself in the proper contests that are actually going to build your bankroll instead of the sucker contests that are just going to dry it up because you don't get paid enough for the frequency in which you hit the cash. If you like this type of coaching, you like this type of video, thumb it up, ring the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. Consider clicking the link and using the coupon code CHOP, C-H-O-P, and becoming a member of DFS Army today, because this is the type of stuff we talk about that's going to give you the edge, that's going to raise your edge and make you a better player. All right, guys, that's a brief synopsis of MLB for opening day. Hopefully you get a kick out of that, and hopefully we see you on the inside. Take care.